The mansions in GTA Online have a feature that will completely change the game forever. In the mansion, you can find various tablets on the walls with the option to do a production boost for any of your passive businesses, except for the nightclub unfortunately. Or if you're feeling lazy, you can also call your AI assistant to do it while you're on the go. The catch, well, aside from the fact this is only available in the mansion that it will cost you at least $11 million, you're also only able to boost just one business per day. But after selecting a different business for the day after, you can select it again the day after that. For example, if you decide to boost your asset lab on Monday, on Tuesday, you will not be able to boost your asset lab and will have to select a different business. The bunker, for example. Then on Wednesday, you're able to select your asset lab again, but not your bunker. And then obviously on Thursday, you're not able to select your asset lab, but you are able to select your bunker again. The production boost will make the business that you selected for that day produce 3 times faster for a full 24 hours in real time. And in the case of the asset lab that has a production boost in the business already, this will stack, meaning that your asset lab will produce even faster for the 30-minute duration of the asset lab boost. However, from what I could tell in-game, the boost from the asset lab seems to last until the asset lab is filled about halfway through and needs a resupply. What causes this exactly, I can't tell you, but the first 2 bars of products seem to take about 9 minutes each, while filling up the 3rd bar took about 12 minutes. This does confirm that the boosts stack, but there seems to be a bit of a limit of how much it actually does stack. Regardless, a full asset lab with both boosts used will now only take 1 hour to completely fill up, and that is with you only using the asset lab boost itself just once. It is worth keeping in mind that your supplies will also deplete faster too, so you're gonna have to keep it in mind if you're going to be using the mentioned boost here. With that in mind, let's have a look at the absolute absurdity that are going to be the numbers that I'm about to show you, and also then figure out what the best business is to use the mentioned boost on. The bunker, for example, goes from taking 11 hours and 40 minutes all the way down to just 3 hours and 53 minutes for a full bunker. A full bunker pays out just over $1 million without the high demand cash bonus, so selling it in a full lobby will probably net you about 1.5 million as a passive business. The supplies are also going down quicker too, so if you're one of those folks that likes to sell after just a single resupply, you're gonna have to start selling a lot faster too. Without the mentioned boost, the bunker resupply will last you 2 hours and 20 minutes. If the mentioned boost is applied to the bunker, it will only take 47 minutes for an entire resupply to be used, meaning they could sell your bunker every 47 minutes if you want to just sell a singular vehicle and make just about $200,000. The fun doesn't stop there, because obviously the biker businesses are a thing too. Cocaine goes from 5 hours to 1 hour 40. Meth goes from 6 hours to 2 hours. Cash and weed go from 4 hours 40 minutes to 1 hour and 33 minutes. And document forgery is still ass. But it at least now only takes an hour for you to be disappointed, so that's at least an improvement, I suppose. And finally, the asset lab goes from 4 hours to 1 hour and 20 minutes, which obviously doesn't take into account that you are also going to be using the boost from the asset lab itself, but I figured I'd show you separately regardless. So as you can clearly see, this mentioned boost is absolutely berserk. And in case anyone wonders, no, having 3 mentions doesn't allow you to boost 3 different businesses. This is really a case of you will boost one business every 24 hours, and obviously you have to switch between the 2. To answer the big question of which of the businesses are the best ones to boost, I think it's pretty obvious here. Both bunker and asset lab are the 2 that really switch between the 2. The biker businesses are a decent pick too if you're going for cocaine, but generally speaking, I'd say that the bunker and the asset lab are the 2 best ones here. It's the least amount of effort for the most amount of money, and it's just genuinely crazy. Being able to sell your asset lab like every hour or so is just simply ridiculous. ridiculous, honestly. So if you're someone who happened to have that $11 million laying around for a mansion, it comes by default with your mansion itself. You don't have to buy any additional upgrades. Unless you feel like never having your businesses raided again, then you can spend the $1.75 million on the security upgrade for the mansion, because they will also avoid any and all raids that you'll get on your biker, bunker, nightclub, literally anything, even the stuff that doesn't have security upgrades. So yeah, the mansion has had a rather large effect on the passive businesses within the game as a whole. And while it is a very, very expensive building, the benefits that you get out of it in the long run will probably vastly outweigh the short-term losses that you'll feel in your pocket, because this is some really crazy stuff. I couldn't believe my eyes when I had help from PL Titus and Test 2, who were kind enough to give me a look within the code to see that this is actually real. It is real, and it is absolutely bonkers. Regardless, that's it for this one. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Oh, Angel, we have to go and resupply some of my businesses. Could you speed it up, please?